Okay, and I have the next guest and the same two questions. Let me get my buttons right. What's your name and what brings you to JCON here in Köln?
Yeah, my name is Roland Weisleder. I'm speaker here at JCON, and I will present a talk about unit testing your Java architecture with ArcUnit.
ArcUnit, is that a library, an application, a tool? What is it?
It's a Java library, and you can basically query your Java application, formulate rules about the architecture, and run them as unit tests during the build time, along with your other unit tests.
So architecture, do you mean different services, databases, or really how your application, your code is structured?
It's a good question. So that's how would you define architecture? It's most use them as to check the architecture, also the structure of the application. So, for example, layered architecture, that persistence should access the service layer, and controller should access service layer and service the persistence layer, and not the other way around. Or if module A should depend on module B and not the other way around, something like that. And that happens on the bytecode.
And that's something what you can test with ArcUnit.
Exactly. And ArcUnit will analyze all the Java classes in your class path and tries to matches the rules that you've written in Java code with the actual bytecode, and checks if there are violations to the rules or if everything is okay.
Are you a developer within ArcUnit? Are you contributing to that library?
Most of the time, I'm a happy user of ArcUnit since, I guess, 7 years or so. I'm sometimes contributing stuff to ArcUnit, and I've also written a small Java library to integrate ArcUnit and Spring applications, which is the ArcUnit Spring integration, to make it easier to write ArcUnit rules for Spring applications.
So you're contributing to this library. You mentioned bytecode. Do you really dive into the bytecode?
ArcUnit does it. It analyzes what's there in the bytecode to find the dependencies, which method calls which class. So ArcUnit understands the dependencies of the overall application, and you have to write then rules like classes should access other classes or should not access other classes, and ArcUnit does the stuff under the hood.
We have some blog posts, I think, on Foojay about bytecode itself. It's actually a readable text, so you can really dive into it as a developer if you wish to. Do you think as a Java developer you should understand bytecode, or is that only if you go a next level in direction of performance tuning and stuff like that?
I think that's next level. It's the basic step is to understand classes, methods, and that they are there and that you can query them, that you can check if everything is well structured, and for most of the time that's good enough to know.
Yeah, there are different levels within, like you could also try to understand how garbage collectors work, but actually is that the miracle of Java, that it hides so many complexity for a developer? You can just write Java code and it will most of the time just do whatever you expected it to do?
Yeah, that's the beauty of the Java ecosystem, that you can start writing applications, it will work. And if you want to tweak something, or if you want to get some performance, you have to dive into that topic a little bit more, and there are still options to optimize or to find better solutions, but that's the beauty, that you can start right away with a few lines of code and it will just work. That's great.
So you're here as a speaker. I guess also we'll be visiting some talks, specific topics you're looking forward to?
Due to my limited time, I will not attend any other talks, but I will participate in the mentoring hub that Bruno organizes, and there will do 2 mentorings, one about how to survive in legacy codes, and the other one is getting started with public speaking.
Some tips for public speaking, let's start with that.
Yeah, the first thing is that I hear often, I don't have anything to talk about. So my tip is talk about what you are doing at your daily work, and start with that and share your own perspective. Even if others have the same talk on the same topic, it's important to share your own perspective.
And then that very big challenge of legacy projects. Most of the times, if you start a new job, the first thing you need to do is fix a few bugs in a legacy project. How to handle that?
Start by writing unit tests, I would say. So describe your intended behavior and try to locate the bug, and then, as Kent Beck formulated it once, try to make the change easy, which is hard. So by refactoring or renaming things or restructuring things, and then make the easy change by changing one line of code.
But relying on unit tests to be sure that you've done the right thing.
Yeah, of course, unit tests. Otherwise, you're not sure if you changed something by accident that works right before or works as intended before.
Thanks a lot for your time. Good luck with the speaking and the mentoring, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for the interview.